Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to come on very briefly this afternoon. I just got off work, but I wanted to make a couple of announcements on my new journey, my continued journey. I'm going to say my continued journey because God just adds to that vision that He gives you. He adds assignments to you in those visions. And so I am getting on here to announce Hot Topics, which will be starting on this Friday at 9 o'clock p.m. So I will be on my YouTube channel at 9 o'clock p.m. Electra James Inspirational Talks. And the Hot Topics will last no longer than 20 or 30 minutes that I'll talk on a hot topic. And so I wanted to let everyone know that if you'd like to tune in, go to YouTube, my YouTube channel, Electra James Inspirational Talks. Okay? And that is where at 9 o'clock, every other Friday, not every Friday, every other Friday. And I will be announcing them as I come on that there's going to be a hot topic. So I want to make this fun for the listeners in talking about it, whatever the hot topic may be. So, hot topics can change as the day goes by. So I am a type of person that I believe information is powerful. I believe that whenever there's information being put out there, that it can help somebody. It will help somebody or inspire you or encourage you to just keep going. Because a lot of times, and I'm speaking of myself, when we're down because a lot of times we don't know, we don't have the available resources. It's just things it's even things in my life that I want to do, but I can't do them because I don't have the available resources. And some of the things that I know that I want to come on and talk about in Hot Topics is I want to talk on things that are happening currently with people every day. And one of the things is inflation, but I want to talk about it from a standpoint of what I hear other people saying and their feelings about it and their emotions about it and just things that's going on with them as they're dealing with this very topic of inflation. I want to talk about at some point, we're going to talk about depression. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about skincare. In fact, that's going to be the first hot topic because we are in the summer. And because we are in the summer, the sun does a lot of damage to our skin. And those of us who have autoimmune diseases, you got to make sure you wear that sunscreen. But also, to roll this out, my daughter will be on because she has her own spa. So she's going to join me on Hot Topics this Friday night at 9 o'clock p.m. And she's going to be talking about skincare. She is the one who managed my skin. And I'm excited about it. I feel very blessed to have her as my daughter to provide that for me because I struggled with that for years. It's just different things that will be discussed as I come on again every other Friday night at 9 o'clock p.m. to talk on a hot topic. And so that will be starting this Friday. And then, and again, this is a continued journey because my podcast, it's not going away. I'm just going to be doing it different. But Reverend King, William King III, he is going to be my guest on the 21st, which is next Tuesday. And that is where my technical director will join me. She will join me in interviews that are done on my podcast. And so Reverend King, William King III, will be my guest on next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. And I will be running an advertisement over the weekend, just as because we'll be approaching it. And I don't want for people to forget about it, because the world moves fast, just like a news cycle. That's how the world moves. This is happening and that's happening. And then when you get through that, you got to push that out the way so you can do the next thing. And that's the way the news cycle is. And that's the way it is for anyone who comes on to social media. We all do different things on here. We're all talking and communicating and sharing information, but we're talking about different things. So we're more alike than we are different in what it is that we are all trying to do. And so I am excited about having these two things going on now, because God enhanced me. He enhanced me in the process of trying to figure it all out. Sometimes you're just trying to figure it all out. But God knows where he wants you to go. He knows what he wants you to do, and he knows how he wants you to do it. I put a post out earlier today, and I said, I know that my late husband is so proud of me, and he would always tell me that. But I can feel his presence of the different things that I'm doing and continuing to do, because one of the things he would always say, giving up is just not an option. No, sweetie, giving up is just not an option. But then he would go on to say, you know what, sweetie, it don't matter how many people laugh at you. What matters is every morning that you get up, you put one foot in front of the other. Put one foot in front of the other and keep moving. Because the only way you can fail is if you stop. The only way that you're going to fail is if you stop. And at that time, I was going in the graduate program, and I had allowed a professor to really frustrate me. And I'm going to be, one of the hot topics is going to be, since we have all of these graduates who are getting ready to go to college, whether it's near or far, I'm going to be talking about that. That's going to be a hot topic, because one of the things is I want to discuss fear, because everybody celebrate them, and then it's like they're on their own after the celebration. But what nobody's paying attention to is to pick their brains. I work in the college system. I know the average student, once they finish high school, fear kicks in, because the question is, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? What I'm supposed to do? They know what they want to do, but they need your support more now than they did even in the public school system. Because why? They have moved to another level. And that's something that they've never done. They've never been to college. So guess what? We need to be talking about that. That's a hot topic. And I'm going to be talking from a standpoint as a financial aid counselor. And that's what I handle. It is the financial aid portion of what these young people are needing. And sometimes they don't qualify for the federal fund. But I want to talk about other things that they might qualify for. And so that's a hot topic, because there's even parents who want to send their kids to school and they don't even know how to start. So that's going to be coming up and as a hot topic. I believe that if we just communicate more, and there's so many outlets, people have different social media outlets, they connect into different TV spots on social media. At this time, I'm not, but I admire those who have made it to that point. But I must continue myself to do and carry out the vision that God gave me, the purpose that he gave me. And that doesn't have anything to do with anybody else. But I go back to what I said about my late husband, who was a pastor again of 32 plus years and spoke so much wisdom and knowledge into me. And that's, and I can tell you honestly, sometimes when you get rejection, or it seems like what you're doing isn't working, isn't touching anyone, you know, you begin to feel down. You begin to feel rejected. But I had to go back and listen to some of his sermons and think about some of the things that he said over the years. It doesn't matter how somebody feels about what you are doing. If you're going to quit, if you are going to quit because of what people say, then you shouldn't have never started doing this. If you're going to quit because of the way that people try to make you feel, then you shouldn't have never started doing this. You have your dreams and your goals and your visions. And guess what? I say this time and time again to myself, reminding myself, even though my late husband is no longer on this side, he is with me in spirit. And I have so many sermons of his, so much material of his. I've even shared and given away sermons to others that wanted them. And I can definitely tell you this. Another thing, he said, when you are in a war, you can't sit down and cry. Because at that point, you've given up on all those people, including yourself, who believe in you. So when you are in war and you start crying, you blur your vision. So what if people don't walk with you in the belief that you have? And I'm not just saying this for myself. I'm saying this for somebody who right now is giving it all that they have. Just like myself, giving it all that you have. Keep going. Keep getting up in the mornings, putting one foot in front of the other, and keep moving. And there's going to be those in your cheer corner, and there are going to be those who are not. But you have to keep going. You know why? Because when God made that call, when he called you out to come from amongst them to do what he wanted you to do, he didn't have a conference call. He called you. You can allow people to come and share with you, but he called you. And anybody, believe me, anybody that's not there to help you, God will send them an eviction notice out of your life. Some people need to just be evicted out of your life. They're not bringing anything to your life, so they're not helping you to enhance in life. So that means they're dragging you down. And it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter. When people are there to disrupt your life, that's their overall goal. But when God gives you a vision and they try to disrupt his vision in your life, he's not satisfied with that. He won't just accept that. And even if you don't want to get them out of your life, God will give them an eviction notice. Because everything has an expiration date, especially things and people that bring circumstances in your life and don't want well for you. God will evict them. God say, this is your expiration date. It's coming sooner than you think. And times when you feel like you are alone, that's God carrying you. That's why you haven't fell apart yet. That's God carrying you. That's God telling you, I got you. You know how people in life will tell you, oh, girl, I got you. Mm-mm. And then you look up and they're helping the ones to destroy you that you already knew. So guess what? I'm going to say this. God says to me, I hear him in my mental. I've seen some things that I blocked you from seeing. And I heard some things that I blocked you from hearing. And I did that because I knew you weren't strong enough for that. I knew. That's God saying that. Electra, I knew you weren't strong enough for that. And that was the point I was carrying you. Because I have so much more for you. We got to get that. It's not just for me, it's for you too. God said, I got so much more for you. The only reason why you can't get it is because it's some people that you really don't know that are there to hinder you, that are working in behind your back. And I'm not just talking about me. I'm speaking out what he's putting on the inside of me to push out. And I've said this time and time again, and I truly believe this. And again, I go back to my late husband when he said, "Is the word, the messages from God, they're like being impregnated. And you got to give birth to it. And how do you give birth to it? You speak it out. So all the podcasters that you see, anybody that's on social media, that's out here and doing their thing, whether it be in the church, whether it be just something personal in a studio, whether it be like myself in my home office, like, and other people in different spaces doing different things. But when God sends you messages, when God gives you visions, you must speak that stuff out. You got to have that baby. And the only reason why you have it, the only way that you're going to have it is when you start talking about it and communicate it and push it out. So now it's out in the atmosphere, because there are some things that God has for you is just for you. When what God has for you is for you. But don't you go out there trying to destroy and tear somebody else down. That's not right. You will never prosper by tearing someone else down. You can't. And so I'm not on a new journey. I'm just on a continued journey. And it's the same with many of you. You're not on a new journey. You are on a continued journey. You are continuing from where you were. And because you continue from where you were, you're going to go to something even larger. And what I mean by that, it's larger in the sight of God. In other words, he keep moving you into different levels of assignments. When God gives you an assignment, he doesn't give you that assignment to fail. He does not. He gives you the assignment, and then he gives you the test to make sure that you know that he's okay with you and you should be okay with him. Be strengthened by these words right now. Please be strengthened. And what I speak is a testimony over my own life, over things that I've faced in life. There were so many times and so many things that I thought, I'm just not going to make it through this. But every time God opened up that door, he ordered my steps and I made it through. And you know what? And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. And I keep saying this because I believe it should be said. When God sent other people who are doing things, and even at a much higher magnitude than you, and they find time to speak into your life, So I again want to thank Free Little and Tan Tate with the Hope Show. Those two ladies, they're on a much higher level than me in this podcast thing. And they've got social media TV shows, and they're doing fine. But you know what I like about it? They didn't have a problem speaking to me, encouraging me, and letting me know, keep going. Don't give up. You can't forget about people like that do that in your life. And here they are, they're in it. They're doing it. But they reach back to inspire somebody else. And that's how it should be in life. I may never get to their level, okay? I may never. But I thank God that he showed me that everybody don't just give up on you once they make it. They want to see you make it too. Make it to where? To where I can reach a larger range of people. And that what God put in me to bring out, that it will help somebody. It will inspire somebody. It will encourage somebody. That's all I want to do. And I've shared this with you all time and time again. God, I just want to be a giver. I like giving of myself. I love helping other people. I really do. And I get a joy out of it. When I can know that something that I did made a difference in somebody else's life, help somebody else to smile, help somebody else to say, I can go on. It's all we're doing. We're sowing seeds into people's lives that we might never, ever meet. Might never, ever meet. Simply Free Little show, her platform. Listen in sometime. She has some wonderful guests on her show. Wonderful guests. In fact, I'm going to be interviewing one of her guests, which is the wonderful Reverend King, Pastor King, who is also candidate for Galveston County Judge. And I'm going to be interviewing him on the 21st, next week at 6:30, myself and my technical director. Awesome, right? Awesome. Leave no one behind. And I really pray that y'all will tune in, because he's going to give us an update. He is going to give us an update on his candidacy. Okay? His run for Galveston County Judge. And then I want to thank, not only thank Free Little, I want to personally thank Tan Tate from the Hope Show and encourage you to tune in to their shows sometimes. She has some wonderful guests and wonderful information as well. So we just all growing together. We just all growing together. And it's not about trying to outdo somebody. It's just doing and working out your gift. Working through your gift. And guess what? It doesn't matter who doesn't like it. What matters is that you are doing what the most magnificent God gave you the gift to do and the vision. All right? So y'all take care. And I hope you tune in on this Friday at 9 o'clock. I know a lot of you will be doing a lot of different things at 9 o'clock at night. But, you know, that's where the vision took me. So that's when I'm going to do it. Because I know God knows what he's doing. All right? So 9 o'clock, I'll be coming on live on my YouTube channel with hot topics. And hey, we just gonna talk about some stuff. All right, some hot topics. I'm not gonna hold you long, maybe about 20, 30 minutes. And you know what? We just gonna do what God told us to do. I'm talking about all of us, not just me. When I say us, I'm talking about all of us. We just gonna do what God told us to do. The visions, the assignments, that's what we gonna deal with. And we're not gonna beat one another down. Because that's just not the way to go. All right? I will talk to you guys later. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the day. And remember, the only way that you can fail is to just sit down. Just sit down and do nothing. You sure to fail. All right? So I want you to rise up. Rise up. Talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.